Peter Armstrong is here to help us with what it all means. Peter, first up, what are the biggest factors helping to stabilize things?
One of the most interesting parts here is just how broad-based, how widespread this deceleration is, right? The year-over-year rate slowed, the core inflation measures all eased. You break it down on the shorter term, the 1 month, the 3 month. They're all telling us the same story. In a weird way, it might be easier to list the things that are actually going up faster than the Bank of Canada's target of 2%. Gasoline was up more than 6%. Shelter costs are kind of notoriously higher than everything else. But in spite of those, inflation cooled to the slowest pace we've seen in 3 years.
Wow. And you know, the big question for a lot of people, what could this mean for interest rates?
We're going to find out soon. The Bank of Canada meets on June 5th, and economists have been really split on whether they'd see a cut in June or in July. We can really only go on what the Bank of Canada has said. Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem was asked point blank, is it possible that he'd cut rates in June? And he said yes, but that, and I'll read his quote here, we're looking for evidence that the recent further easing in underlying inflation will be sustained. Is today's report sustained enough? We'll find out in 2 weeks' time. But for what it's worth, June or July, markets are pricing in an expectation that they'll see 3 quarter-point cuts by the end of this year.
Thanks for breaking it down for us, as always, Peter.